Connect. We're here every week, every Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern time. And this is really, we're trying to build a community for real estate agents, providing everybody with modern marketing strategy, social media lead generation strategy, really helping you elevate your business for 2023. And this topic today, we're going to be talking about drip campaigns for conversion, particularly for real estate. And this is one of those topics a lot of people don't understand. There's lots of benefits that come with it. So why don't I share my screen? Bear with me here while I do that, and then we're gonna get started. And feel free, if you have any questions, make sure you leave it in the comment section below. And if you have any questions at all throughout this presentation, feel free to keep them, and we'll have a Q&A at the end, as we always do. So, and as mentioned, always feel free to visit our live website at fridayconnect.net. And if you go here, you'll see all of our information about our upcoming events. We have tons of different things, everything from how to rank #1 on Google, how to become the celebrity in your market, to really dominating your market through video marketing, Facebook ads, name it. We talk about it here every single week. Free training for real estate agents, and this is something you don't want to miss. We even have, through that website, you can connect to our Facebook community groups where we share a ton of information. We run polls to see exactly what you're struggling with so that we can help you. And more importantly, we even have a YouTube channel where we share all of our recordings there, because once we started doing them, we started getting a lot of information from people asking to share them. They wanted to rewatch it. So that's what led us to create the YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe there and stay connected there. So let's get started today. Drip campaigns for conversions in real estate. This is a really amazing topic. And what I'm going to share with you today, and what you're going to take out of this, is understanding what a drip campaign is. We're going to talk about the benefits of drip campaigns and how to even set one up, and what are some nuances you want to think about from a strategy perspective, how to set up drip campaigns and different types of drip campaigns that exist. And we'll talk a little bit about some best practices. And then I'll do a quick demo of a CRM called KV Core and some of the smart campaigns that are available, just to give you an idea of what your CRM should be like and what you should be getting for free that could be saving you a ton of money, but more importantly, time. So let's get started. And before I get diving deep into this topic, I want to give you a little bit of context and share some information about who I am. My name is Dharmila Rajasingham. I'm also a real estate agent. I'm also a global team leader with eXp Realty Brokerage. And prior to coming into this real estate space, I actually worked as a marketer in marketing consulting, primarily started working in not-for-profit and moved on to working for the government for the past 10 years. And I worked in high-profile events, mainly in the arts and cultural, in some of the bigger cities here in Canada. And more recently, my husband and I, for the last 4 years, we started getting into real estate investing, and that passion and really having to get into the joint venturing part of real estate investing allowed us to and kind of opened our eyes to getting our license. And from that, it kind of led to a lot of other things that I'm doing now, which is my business partner who's here with me on the call, who's also the co-host of this event with me. We co-founded a international marketing agency called Marketing Mindset, where we take care of everything you need for every single real estate agents in helping you elevate your brand. And we're also co-founders of a one-of-a-kind social media content platform called Kuruvi Social, where we provide our agents with every single day, a daily strategy, templates, done for you posts. So you don't have to even think about social media in your business. And these are social media that are being given to our agents for free to help them build their business. They're posting every single day, and they're agents that are bringing in with deals, just not having to do any work for them. And this is something that was second nature to us. So that's how it all came out to be. And now every single week I teach, I mentor agents on how to grow their business using marketing strategies here in the real estate industry. So stay connected with me. I'm on all major platforms, and I love to get to know you in the process. So thank you for being here. So let's talk a little bit about this topic. So what is a drip campaign, and how do you use the drip campaigns to really maximize the lead engagement? And it's about this automated marketing. And you're probably like, what is this? And it really is a series of automated, targeted, whether it be messages, it could be a touch point, whether it can come in different form, and there could be emails, there could be text messages, and they're usually sent to leads, potential clients, over a specific period of time. So it's time bound. And usually this is done to nurture your leads and to build relationships. And usually you do this until they're ready to make a purchase or they're ready to take an action, and then you come in. And real estate is a people business. It's a relationship first business. So now you come in and you close that deal. So that's what the drip campaign does, is that it does a lot of the legwork for you in that nurturing, that follow-up stage that you don't have to. And of course, this is just one of many follow-up strategies that you should be implementing in your business, but this is a very crucial one because you don't have to sit in front of the computer. You don't have to take time away from other income producing activity like prospecting, lead generation to do this, which is why drip campaigns are so powerful. And really getting more understanding about why use drip campaigns for your real estate business is because of the effectiveness. There's statistic done on the effectiveness of drip campaigns boosting conversion rates, really allowing you to save time, cost, and effort. So now you don't have to go hire a VA, teach them and have them sit in front of the computer for you. It's super smart. And when I show you some of the things that a drip campaign and some of the capabilities that it can come with, honestly, it's mind blowing. And the beautiful part again is automated. The machine is doing the work for you, and it can personalize, which is crazy cool. So yes, it's automated. Yes, it's going out in mass, but it's still personalized. And it's not just email campaigns. It could be a campaign of text messages, etc. And this is to increase that engagement between your leads. And drip campaigns can also be used as a form of, you can monitor, measure your campaigns and look at the analytics in order to manage the performances of your campaign so that you can get the best out of them. So it's really important that you understand what you can get out of it. And let's take a look at some types of drip campaigns before we dive into kind of looking at what they look like. Because I know when I talk about drip campaigns, people get really confused. They're not sure exactly how to approach it. And I think it's really important that you have an idea of what are out there. First of all, there could be something where you welcome new leads into your database. So they could be just like hello and getting to know them. And I'll show you some examples in a little bit. There could be campaigns that you can put together that are particular for a particular, an audience or a lead type, like a buyer, a first-time buyer. My husband and I were into, nurturing investors. So it could be that, or if you have a military database and you talk about VA loans and etc., that could be one, or even just relocation. Really, however your business, every single one of you should be thinking about who is my primary audience, secondary audience, and the drip campaigns is going to go really hand in hand with your business objectives and goals. So the lead nurturing campaigns can be also developed just to keep the relationship going, right? And it could be something you could put in place that could be, campaigns that you can build just to re-engage people who's not been active, who hasn't been replying to you. But you can also, if you're like my husband and I, where we both work together as a team and we go to a lot of networking events, and you can bring leads directly into your database and start to nurture them from that, open house or an event or networking event that you've been to, because we're all about building long-term relationship to purchase properties, to joint venture for real estate investments. So really figuring out what is it, the space that you're in. Maybe you're in pre-construction space. Maybe you want to put together a drip that is particular to pre-construction. And the beautiful part about these types of drip campaigns is that if you have the right tools, they may already exist in your CRM. So that's why a drip campaign can really live without a really strong CRM, and they go hand in hand. So we'll show you what that all looks like in a little bit. I know that when I share these kind of information with people on a high level, it can get a little confusing because if you don't know the nuances of these things, but I really want to show them to you in a second, and everything will make sense in a little bit. So how do you set up a drip campaign? Like I mentioned, you want to first define your target audience. Who is it going to, and what are the type of results you're looking for, right? And segmenting your leads is important, because you wouldn't be sending a drip or a question or a message to someone who's looking to sell their home about, buying their first home, or a first-time home buyer. You wouldn't be sending them a drip about, here, 7 tips in order to sell your home. There's a disconnect. They're going to be like, okay, well, this person is talking to the wrong person, right? Or if you are, if you're like one of my business partners who can speak Spanish fluently and you also target Spanish speakers, you're not going to send, Spanish content to your English only speaking leads in your database, correct? So you're going to speak the same language. You want to speak the same content that they're looking for. You're looking to solve their problems. You're looking to help them with purchase, selling, whatever there may be, right? And setting them up, you want to make sure you personalize them. You are speaking one-on-one to each of your leads, and the relevant content, again, that is so important. Each of the messages are hitting the right point to allow you to build that relationship by uncovering things that could be coming out of that relationship. And you'd be surprised the type of, if a drip is set up in a really smart way, you can allow them to reply back to you. And that's what's so powerful about drips. And it's doing the work for you guys. Think about it like a robot sitting there and just doing all the work for you, but essentially in the cloud, right? Which is amazing. And it's the artificial intelligence doing the work, it's the machine learning. So that's why it's important when I talk about it like this. It's hard for you to understand it, but it's even completely different when I show it to you. And it's really important that you establish a schedule. How long do you want to nurture this relationship? Sometimes I've seen drip campaigns that are as little as, 6 months. There are some that are vigorous, as close to, if you are in Grant Cardone's mailing list, you probably get 5 a day. But if you are in a different mailing list, you might get a couple a month, and I have drip campaigns that span to 700 days. Like I said, we know this in our industry, guys. Somebody can be coming into your database today, but they might not be buying until 8 months from now, 12 months from now, and you want them to choose you as a realtor. So it's important during this period of time, you remain top of mind, and that's what drips do. And setting goals and, making sure that you are ensuring that you're doing above and beyond to ensure that you remain in control of this relationship, and they think of you. There's a reason why they got into your database. They've done something to get into your database to show some sort of an interest in looking for a property, potentially to move, and you want them to choose you. And so how do you remain in control of this relationship is what drip campaigns are all about. So some best practices you want to keep in mind is, tips for maximizing this effectiveness of this is really personalizing is key, very key. You want them to feel like they're talking to you. Remember, the end user, the people that are receiving these information, they don't know if it's coming from me, Tharmila, to them or a machine sending it to them. They don't know the difference. So you want to make sure that it sounds like you, so that, if you speak a certain language, and when I say language, I don't mean, French, Spanish, English. I mean, the way that it is written, the tonality, it has to match you. So for example, if you're like this upbeat, funny, hilarious person and you write super sophisticated, and that's fine, but when you come in person and you're very casual, and they might get confused, like, oh, that's weird. Or when you send them another text message above and beyond the drip or another email, and there's a disconnect between how your drip is built, there's a disconnect. They're not going to know if it's coming from the same database, right? Sometimes if you ever seen, people like Grant Cardone or anybody else, like their content, it sounds just like him when he's presenting on stage. So make sure it sounds like you. And I even had to go in and, edit some of the default campaigns. But what I love about some of the default campaigns that usually come with smart CRMs, and all of you should have a smart CRM that you have available for free, 1, and 2, it has built-in smart campaigns. And I'm going to show you what that means in a second. You should be able to edit them. They're written always by professional marketers. The work is done for you. Drip campaigns are like a sequence, a workflow that they put together, right? There are a lot of things that go into a drip. And that's why it's really important that you think about, making sure that it's personalized so that you hit the right person. And making sure you test it and adjust it. A lot of time, because of so many AI tools that are becoming so available, a lot of people think that they can Google a drip campaign and put it to life. To this day, I do a lot of training on the smart CRM called KV Core platform. Is the #1 rated real estate technology in North America. And I do a lot of training. I'll show you in a second. You can find a lot of them on my YouTube channel for free. And I even have a full course on this. And one of the more common questions to this day I get asked is, can you help me put together a customized drip? And the first question I ask is, what is wrong with the ones that's already there? And when they give me the reasoning, there's a big disconnect because they don't understand what a drip campaign is. And if you ever keep messaging people, someone who told you, let's say you find somebody, you met them, or you cold call them and you put them in your database and you put a drip on them, and they told you they're not going to maybe looking to buy in the next 3 to 6 months. If you message them every single week leading up to it, they're going to unsubscribe and you're going to lose that relationship. So how do you ensure that your relationship you can maintain that relationship is so important, right? So that's why timing and testing is so important. And then you understand who is receiving this information. So segmenting the list and leads is so important off of and based on their behaviors and engagement that they're already having. If you have a CRM that could track their behaviors, you hit the jackpot because it's doing the work for you. So it's literally, like, lack of a better word, spying on them, right? It's tracking. It's kind of like if you have a smart website that could track the kind of like where they're going, what their journey is. It's very similar. How your database should automatically know who is it when was the last time they've been here, and what did they do, what are they doing, and should to keep note of all of that for you in the back end. So anytime you visit, it should tell you right away, 2 hours ago they visited, they looked at this, this, this. And if your CRM doesn't do that, there's a problem. And the best part is, you want to incorporate call to action, in this case, I'm putting email, but in text messages, some sort of a response to tell people, hey, you can talk to me, you can respond to me. I'm not just a machine. I'm here for you, and make it as humanly possible. And why? And I'm giving you KB Core platform as an example, because that's just one of the more heavily used platforms that I'm using right now. And I've used platform like, I'm familiar with platform like Salesforce and Follow Up Boss. And the reason why this platform is just, again, it beats all of these is for the very reason is because it's an integrated all-in-one platform. Remember, guys, your CRM is the nucleus of any kind of, anything you do in your business. It's your customer relationship management. And when you think of it like that, you think it's just a list of your list of your contacts. And it isn't just that. Remember, your CRM is not only keeping a track of all of the communication of everybody in your database, but it's also can manage your team, keep an eye on what your team members are doing. Are any of them following up? How many times did they touch base with the leads in your database? It's your website. Anyone that visits your website, you should be able to pull them directly into your database. So you see, everything is connected, and that's really important. So Smart Campaign, it really uses AI, artificial intelligence, and machine learning to personalize and optimize leads for you. It does the work for you through machine learning. So the default campaigns within KB Core are pre-written. They have a particular time bound, and they're customizable too, which is great. They're templates that you can create, you can customize, and they're automated for follow-up and lead nurturing. So which is great to, again, nurture that relationship over time. And it gives you reporting and analytics, so you can see who's opening and interacting with your campaign, which is amazing. So let's kind of go right now into looking at what does this look like. So in KB Core, if you have access, I know this looks like a super overwhelming platform. Honestly, it isn't, guys. Once you learn how to use this is the most powerful thing for your business. And I'm going to show you how. So if you have access to KB Core through your brokerage, kudos for you. You're 50% way there. So now learning how to use it, setting it up to make sure that is working for you. So if you go into marketing, you can head to something called Smart Campaign. And I'm going to quickly show you what are some that are available. And you can see, there's so many that comes with KB Core. And these are the ones that I've added here, but you can see which ones I'm running right now. And there's some that have minimal touch points. There's some that has a lot of touch points, and some that I've edited down because I wanted it shorter. So it really depends on who it's being targeted to. And we can go into one of them and looking at some of the examples of the ones that are available. Let's look at a new lead buyer, and it'll tell you, who it does apply to. Again, it tells you your audience. So this is going to a buyer, and it starts with when a lead is new into your database. So they're brand new, they haven't met you before, or they potentially have an idea of you, but you're going to start to build this relationship with them. You don't have too much information on them yet. And, you can tell it to run all the time, and you can clone this, edit this, and you can share this campaign, etc. And really the campaign, it can have lots of things. It's pretty much, you're telling the campaign to remind you. It can be the system telling you what to do, or the system telling you as an agent what to do with the client, with the contact. So which is great. And that's kind of what a drip is really time bound, and it tells you what a type is. So for example, look at this. So it'll tell you the minute someone comes into my system, give me a task, tell me to either send them a text, and then the system telling you to do that. And you can, it's reminding you. But maybe you can also, there's others, as you can see, where the agent is telling the contact what to do. So within a minute of someone coming to my database, an email is sent to them. And you can look at this. Let's look at edit it, because we have the ability to edit this. And the test would be, I think this is the one that I've edited, so I might not want, you know what? Let me show you another one. So a great example is this. I saw you visited our website the other day. I mean to ask, are you an investor, or are you looking for a primary residence? You see, it's super conversational. It's asking a question. So it's asking for a reply back. And you can edit this to make it, however you like. But I will caution you from editing this too much unless you edit the tonality of, because some of the touch points I found it a little, because I'm in Canada, guys. We're, for those of you that are in the US, you guys know that you're a little bit more, straightforward in some of the sales tactics. Where in Canada, we're a little bit more softer, a little bit more warmer. And that is not, it's a good or a bad thing, but it's just the culture, right? And that's me as well. That's me as well. So for me, I'm a salesperson who I like to get a lot of information before making the move, where some people just go directly to asking questions. So sometimes I like to edit it down, because when you meet me in person, my offline behavior has to match my online presence, right? So that's why it's really important that, whatever that's written here, the important is you keep the content strategy in place, but you can touch up on how it's delivered to match your brand, if that makes sense. So I just want to make sure. So that's what really essentially that I recommend that you edit. Other than that, look at this. It tells you in day 5, day 6, day 10. But if you really look at it, it doesn't mean that you're communicating with all of them. Sometimes it's telling you what to do, potentially leave a voice message or leave a phone call. You'll be surprised. Maybe on day 6, this drip campaign might end. You know why? Because some of these drip campaigns are set for you to come in when you get a reply back from them. And sometimes I've had somebody, day 30, day 120 reply back saying, you have me, I keep getting properties and condos from you. Can you send me houses? I'm looking for houses. Boom, you got them. Because now you got a reply from them. Now you pick up that phone call and say, hey, I didn't realize you were looking for a property. Where you're looking to move. And you can build that relationship, ask all of your qualifying questions and take it from there. So the machine is doing the work for you and speaking to people on a mass level so that you don't have to sit in front of the computer. So that's essentially what it is. And you can see it goes till as far as 700 days, and there's as small as 100, 20 days, 300 days. And you can test these out, apply them to your database. And that's what I love about this, is that these exist for you and you can create your own. So you can come in here, create templates, add templates, and create your own sequence as well. And what I love is that they don't just stick to emails or text messages, even though preferably I recommend that you always communicate with them in all methods, because you'll be surprised. I might be different than Jacob. He might be a text person, but I might be a call person, or we might both be email people. You never know, right? And you wouldn't know that, or you might only have their email and not their text, right? So you want to have the system be set up to really communicate with them in all levels until you get a reply from them. And sometimes I've had people reply back to me saying, I'm not looking to buy right now. Even better, you got some information. So I now call back, or I communicate back and say, hey, are you looking to move in the next, when are you looking to move? And then you give them a time frame. Even the way you question things could be very strategic, right? And they'll say, maybe in the next year. Amazing. Now you can call back. Instead of in the next 12 months, you'll call back in the next 8 months, instead of not communicating with them at all. Because some of these drips are built, really depends. You have the control. They're usually built for, again, you to come in, right? So that's why I love these, is that you have the control of how you want to lead this. That being said, guys, I just want to quickly wrap this up. You can access my YouTube channel. I'll just show it to you. If you go just Google, you can search me on YouTube, and you can find a ton of trainings around CRMs, anything to do with KV course in here. But even if you're not using KV core, I highly recommend you watch these videos, because it's going to uncover what your CRM should be doing or what you need in your CRM. So there's a ton of videos here I recommend. They're all free, so I recommend you go watch them. And one of the other things that I really wanted to show you too is that behavioral automation that I mentioned it to you. Look at this. Your CRM should be this smart, where it needs to, according to their behavior, this is automatically tracking. I'm not sitting in front of the computer doing this. A lead, when it revisits after 14 days, when a lead visits your site 5 times in the last week, it sends them this message. If a lead viewed 10 properties in the last week, sends them this message. And you can look at this. It can say, hi, I'm glad you were able to spend a bit of time on my site again. It looks like you're doing a few different home searches. I'll search your areas and set up, property alerts to keep you on top of the market. Any specific areas you're looking for, best, and it has your name. Isn't that awesome? And it's personalized. It goes to them, because you can see the merge tags in there. And I love the subject lines too, always short, conversational, and it makes sense. So I highly recommend. And this is smart, and you get to control who gets them. And again, and you get to automate to see who in what status that they're getting it. So super comprehensive platform. The best part is all free, guys. So take advantage of this, because they're professional marketing people that set this up. So, and if you guys want to learn more, I created a whole course around this. All of our agents get this for free. And you can see us here, how to understand KV Core, everything about how to build your website, how to set that up, how to use all the free lead nurturing available through here, your how to market your listings, your sphere of influence, name it, you can find it here. How do you integrate Facebook ads, Google ads through here, how to nurture them, every different ways you can nurture them. And this is literally like KV Core lead generation 1.0. Like I have 2.0 coming, so this is just the beginning, guys. I highly recommend that you dive into it. And I even have a setup course that I just launched, and you can get access to this for free. So connect with us about it, and make sure I'll have Jacob at this in the comment section below, guys. Go to FridayConnect.com, .net, sorry, FridayConnect.net. You can see all the upcoming events. We'll definitely, connect with us, book a call with us, and we're happy to share more information. You can find more training from all of the past events. We've been doing this for over a year, guys. So you can come and check everything for here, all specifically made for real estate agents. I can take some questions now if you guys want to. Is there anything in the chat box? Let me see.